Here we are, Polka Dad here. So, taking that shot, NL25. If you watched my last video, you'll see that I spoke about moving up to NL25 today, taking a shot, a 3 buy-in shot. I'm going to play 2 tables tonight for 2 hours, and just going to continue to do what I was doing at NL10, targeting the rec players, and just playing my game. So, let's get to it. I'll open up one table first, and I'll open up a second. I'm only going to be playing 2 tables until I reach 20 buy-ins. That's the same way I did it on NL10. So let's go for it. In this video, I'm just going to post the entire session on YouTube. It will not be edited. Assume we can get the table to load, of course. You never know with Ignition. And that would be a shame because NL25 on Bet Online is very unplayable. All right, here we are. Bam, perfect. And we got six-handed. Excellent. And then as soon as my HUD pops up, then I will put in my second table. I like to wait. So interesting sign right there, seeing 50 cent 50 cent raises. So it's pretty weak to start, but a good sign nonetheless. I'm actually going to pause the video, and then when I'm ready to go, then I will restart it. Alright, so here we are, dealt Jack 10. I just opened up my second table here. So we get Jack 10 from the cutoff suited, so we'll definitely need to call this. And don't really hit anything here, so we'll just check it, and if he bets, then we'll just fold it. And he does bet into us, so really no reason to continue here with nothing. And this 10-4, we're definitely going to be folding that up. Still wait to really get started going here, having 2-table action. And we got a guy sitting out over here. 6-3, of course, is going to be a fold. So right now we're 5-handed here at this table. And this ace-10 here, we're definitely going to be folding that. And here we go here in this table here. 3-5. That's obviously going to be a fold. And this here, going to be fold from under the gun. Here we are now at this table. We are five-handed. It's queen four, of course, would definitely be folded up, having absolutely no reads on this guy here. If he folds, I'll definitely be raising up to king nine here. This king three, of course, is going to be a check fold. And when he raises here, definitely going to be folding this up. And we'll notice that he posted over here, so that's a good sign that he might be a rec player. This player so far, only through 6 hands, has played 60% of his hands, which is good to see. As queen six will be folding from what's essentially the cutoff. Having a player over here so far who has not played in hands do five hands. Not going to be open up the queen six, and he limps here, so we could definitely look at this guy as a rec player. And of course, this here are definitely going to fold. Let's see if he posts. He wasted a big blind. Okay. We're going to queen five. We're going to fold that up. This guy so far is playing almost every single hand. Perfect to have him right here. And here in the small blind, king three, not having any information on here, this is going to be in a fold. So what I said to myself here is, and obviously I got to wait 15 hands per player really to get a good idea of what kind of players the tables. But if I don't have any player that's a 40 VIP higher, then it's going to be a table that I'll end up leaving. Here we get ace jack. And we get a raise there from the middle position. So far playing pretty tight. And with these two guys in here already, having to play a three-way pot with ace-jack offsuit doesn't really excite me too much, so I'm actually going to fold this, believe it or not, out of position, because I would just want to isolate it here and just play heads up for somebody. So I'm actually going to fold the ace-jack offsuit. And this 8-6 suited, I could definitely fold that. If I had a rec player there, then I definitely would have isolated it. But without having a rec player there, it's just not something I'm going to do. Actually, going to break out my calculator just to get a good idea of the raise amounts I want to do. Now that I'm getting used to a new limit, so I got to see if I want to do a 5x raise. That's $1.25. Well, let's see if it's a 75. So about $3.75 would be a 5x. And 0.75 times 3 is about 0.20. Oh, I gotta figure that out. Fold this 0.75 times 3 is $2.25. So obviously folding up to Jack 9 here. And big blind here, 8-3 is going to be a check fold situation. It's always interesting going and playing at the new limits and seeing how you're going to adjust and seeing how you play versus new players. So here I'm actually going to bump it up to $1. And this here I'm going to be checking the 8-3. And I get bottom pair. No reason to really bet though here, so I'm going to check it. And obviously I'm going to be folding to the 3-bet with a queen 9. So again, we have five-handed. So we get a check there. Really nothing still doing for me here on this board, so we'll just continue to check through. I'm not going to be betting with a 3. He can easily bet, and I will definitely fold. If he checks and I get a 3, then it's a different story. Even an 8, if an 8 comes through, and I'll definitely bet. But other than that, I mean, no reason to do anything here. I mean, definitely just going to, once again, just check it and, you know, see what happens. There's really nothing even to bet here. I ended up taking it down, so he had even worse than 8-3. Can only imagine what he had. Alright, so here it gets 7-6 suited. Versus so far looks to be a pretty tight player. So if it folds to me, I'm definitely going to raise this up. But obviously I'm not going to call it or anything like that, being in a small blind. And even if it's a limp, you know. Alright, so I'm definitely going to be raising this up here. This guy's only played 9% of his hand so far, so it could give me a fold. If not, you know, I got a good hand to go in with this. You know, if I flop well, this Jack 7, of course, is going to be a fold. And he folded up. And his 4-6 is definitely going to be a fold here. So this guy up top here so far is playing 50% of his hand, so that's a good thing. We have four-handed here now, but I got a guy here playing 70% of his hands. And he limps to me. I'm definitely just going to check it there. I do get top pair, which is great. Backdoor flush draw. So not too worried about anything that he may have at this point. He bets into me $1. So yeah, I'm just going to call it for now. Dollar to dollar. You know, he's actually over betting here, so I'm going to call it with my 9. 6 comes out here. It's really nothing I'm too afraid of. No reason not to bet here. See if I just can take the pot from him right here. And I do. And ace 10 definitely going to raise this up. And he calls it. And we got myself a gut shot, so definitely no reason not to bet here. And this king queen, we could definitely raise this up. And queen queen, definitely raising that up. And we'll take it. And we get a call here. Great board actually to c-bet on, absolutely. So that's exactly what I'll do. And this ace 2 here from the cutoff, I'm going to fold. It's definitely an interesting spot here. He checks to me. I don't really see a reason to bet. And I get a straight. Interesting. And I'm just going to call it. And yeah, he gets the flush, and you know, that's why I just called it, and I'm glad he actually bet super light there. Actually kind of worked out well that he bet super light. Let's see, of course, I'm going to fold. Now we're five-handed again here, which is great. Going to be folding that up, though. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that he bet light, 75 cents. Kind of a crappy board to get a straight on, but all those spades, but it's all right. He bet me 75 cents. Obviously, that's an easy call. So we've got two tight players to each side of me here. You got the one rec player up here. I have a rec player here, a couple tight players here. It's either super tight or rec player. It's kind of interesting. I'm going to fold that. So we can take advantage of the tight players, of course, as well. As king two, of course, we're going to fold. And jack six suited from the big blind will be a check fold. And small blind jack five, definitely fold. Got a raise over here on the river. Interesting spot. Flush draw out there. Straight draw out there. Lots of interesting things happening. Think we get a fold here. He bet close to pot, but maybe only has a straight. Maybe he's only got a seven here, and he definitely has a flush. Quite possible. He folds it up, probably the right play. Queen four here. We're gonna fold this up. And we get it rolling over here from the rec player. This guy's pretty wreckish too, actually. So far, through 5 hands. Playing a large percentage of his hands. See if he makes that call. Turn raise, I know I'd be folding it if I don't have a flush. Here we get a guy who comes in here, short stack. It's good to see. Buying in for the minimum. Here we get 10-9 suited. So I could definitely call this if I do a 75%, a 75% bet. And he folds this up here. Especially now from the button. And definitely will call the button's bet. And unfortunately, it's all hearts, and we all have spades. Middle pair, so I'm going to check this off here. He bets me here. There's no reason for me to continue this. And this queen eight here, definitely going to raise this one up from the button. This jack three, I'm going to fold that up. And this 2-3 I could definitely fold, and that jack four I could definitely fold. raise from the cutoff on the left. See if super nitty player calls out of the small blind. Maybe I'll 3-bet. He folds it up, and this player folds up too, and he'll take it down. And Jack 7 here, I'm definitely be folding that. And the 2-4, definitely gonna fold that. We have 5-handed here now on the right. Get a open raise and a fold there. Got a 6 player now on the right, but we lost our 52 VPIP player to my right on this table, which is unfortunate. So we're 5-handed, but this guy's a 63 so far through 9 hands. 2-2 here. Definitely raise this up. This ace-3 I will raise up if it folds to me, which it does. And I get a call, and no reason not to throw out a c-bet here. This here I'm definitely going to fold. He calls it. He could definitely be trying for a draw here. So I'm actually going to throw out another bet. Let's see if I can get him off that draw. And I think we did. It's 9-4. I'm definitely going to fold up. I didn't want to check it and let him see a free card. Not in that spot. I pretty much had to believe that he did not hit that flop. It's such a dry flop. This 4-6 is definitely going to fold. And if he did happen to bet it, then bam, I did get the ace on the. I would have had an ace on the river and would have had 2 pair, and would have been happy to bet even more. So far, looks like I have 1 rec player in each table. This is going to be a fold here. Number 5 over here and number 3 over here. And we got a lot of tight players. A lot of really super nitty players. And this king 7, I can fold that up. Obviously, this 3-4 here is going to be a check fold. And this king 3 will be a check fold. And we'll play that 3-4. And we'll just be checking it until we have an opportunity to fold it. Same thing here with the king 3. This king 3 has a little more playability, but obviously I'll be folding to any bet. Pair up the board now. I could actually bet here. He bets it to me. I'm not going to play around this board anymore, so I'll just fold it up. Even if he had a queen 2, it doesn't really. A 3-2, it doesn't really matter to me. And then it would have been worse, so I'll check through, of course. This I'm going to fold. Queen, queen here, definitely an isolation spot. Definitely be raising it up. So we'll raise it up to about $3. This ace three I'm going to definitely fold. And I get no takers for the queens. This queen 10 offsuit, definitely going to fold that to the under the gun raise. Under the gun middle position-ish. Let's see, we have four-handed here now, but I do have what looks like to be two rec players at the table, so not terrible. Six five suited here to check fold situation. And he raised it up to me 6-5. I'm not going to be playing that. I mean, I could, but if it was suited, yeah, sure. But not being suited, just going to fold it up. And this 6-8, definitely going to fold that up. Jack 4, we can definitely fold that up. This 2-7 we could fold. And of course we're going to fold to King 5. And the 2-6, nothing really doing there either. Just check it. Nothing really doing. Not even a diamond. And this Jack 4 I can definitely fold. I mean, now if there's an 8, I get a straight. So all I'm really looking for at this point. Don't hit it, so nothing really to play for here. This 4-7 is a. This guy's folding to a lot of. I'm not going to do it on the 7-4, but this guy's folding to a lot of steals so far. Ace 2, definitely going to raise that up. And fold it up. So nothing really happening on this table here. Everybody's folding. We don't have any rec players here at this point, so I think we're just going to get off of this table. Go find a new one. Not going to make any money at this table at this current juncture. So I can definitely get off it. Not going to bother playing at a table like this. 4 players, 3 regs. Pointless. No point. Let's find a table where we can make some money. It's not going to be at that table. Let's see what we get next. Alright. Looks like a fresh new table. This 6-2 we're going to fold. This table we have, two players. We got this guy that's a 54, guy's a 36. Not terrible. The fives here, I'm definitely just gonna call. See if we hit a set. No set. Interesting board though. This guy so far is. Let's see what happens here. I may actually call the PC bets here. I may actually call. Oh, we got this guy here too, actually. So I realize we have three ways. All right. Now my fives are rendered useless at this point. So unless somehow a five comes out in the river. Even still, if somebody has a 7 or a 9, it's not great. So I'm just going to pretty much fold in this spot to really any bet. And this A10 here is definitely a fold. And we get a check, and again, my hand has zero value, unfortunately. So here we get King Queen. So King Queen definitely spot to 3-bet here. And of course I'm going to definitely fold that up. This Queen out here, I'll definitely raise it. And of course I'm going to raise this up. I'll just take that down. And King 2 is a fold. So let's see what this guy does here. I think here we have a wreck here and a big wreck player and a big blind. And do something with him. Alright, now we can definitely raise this up. This will raise up here too, if it's folded to us. And nobody calls it, and I'm definitely going to be folding there to that open with King Jack offsuit. Not in my calling range. F5-2 is going to be a fold. Get a post there. Jack 10 offsuit from under the gun is definitely a fold. So these two players here definitely wreck players, which is good. Don't know what we have here yet in this table. It's too early, only 4 hands in. And King 7 offsuit, definitely going to be a fold. And Jack will definitely be raising from under the gun. And nobody plays. 6-4 will be a fold here. And this will be a check fold with the 10-4. Interesting isolation here. And we get the call. Probably not a great flop for either one of these players. Of course, you have obviously an overpair, so maybe you have an ace, ace, king, king, queen, queen, something like that. You know, ace, king, you don't love it. If you have like a, you know, high pocket pair, ace, ace, king, queen, king, king, queen, king, you know, all those. This, of course, here, we can call it. We can raise it. We will definitely be raising it. This jack 4 is an easy fold, and nobody wants to play. And this 10-6 is a fold. This ace 10, 10, 8 will fold it. 2, 7 will fold. And under the gun 6, 2 is a fold. And 3, 9 will be a fold here. Bet with the ace, king, 7 up there. Get a fold. This jack 10. The only way I'd call this bet here is if it's like a 50-cent bet, then I would definitely call it. This queen jack here from middle position, I could definitely raise this up. And I'm not going to be calling this bet, even though it's got the 38. Yeah, without being suited, I'm just going to fold it. And that'll just take down. Out of position. It's a hand that just doesn't really seem to have much playability. Even versus a weaker player that I may want to get more involved with. This guy here is definitely folding a ton, so we can definitely raise it here with the suited cards. Got no problem with that. If he calls it, at least we have something to work with here. Interesting spot, so I'm actually just going to donk into him here. Well, it's not really a donk because I was a pre-flop raiser, so if he calls it, then we'll reevaluate on the turn. What? Yeah, give me a minute. Alright, so now he does that. I'm just going to definitely check it and probably default it. And that's what I will do. And I just got to wait for this hand here. Okay, I'm back. I had to pause the video and sit out for a few minutes to take care of something. Get back into the action with a queen 6. Here at a 5-10, which I folded. Obviously, be folding that. I mean, checking the queen six, and nothing really doing there. So we'll just check it off. And this king four, we're definitely gonna fold or check. And this here, I could definitely now fold. This guy's a short stack. Keep that in mind, which is interesting. So it's kind of a rec player-ish thing. I'm gonna fold here, and here we'll just check the king four, and don't really get anything here in the flop. So we just check around, and if there's a bet, we'll definitely be folding it. Same thing, just nothing happening here. And this 10-6 will definitely fold that up. And this table here, kind of looking kind of reggish, so I think we'll probably get off it. We don't have any rec players on this table. So we'll sit at the next big blind on this table. Let me wait a little bit to see what these guys do, but I don't really think this is going to be a profitable table here. This queen nine, I'm definitely going to be folding this up. We'll have a new player up top here. Maybe he'll be a rec player, and this guy over here sitting out. Maybe he'll leave, and a rec player will come in there. So we'll take a look. We'll see what happens. We'll give it a little bit of time. I'll say by 25 hands. Right now I have 16 hands, so by 25 hands at this table, we'll reassess and see what we have here at this table. And if not, then I could just fold that. I could just drop this table. This guy stays in, so we'll have to see what happens up here with this guy when somebody comes in up there. But again, I'm going to wait. I'll reassess it at 25 hands and see what we have at the table. Of course, this king 3 is going to definitely be a fold. The 7-6 offsuit, actually. I would raise it, but now I'm going to fold it. And this here will just be checking. I think I just checked king 3 and another. I feel like I had been checking king 3 or ace 3 and things like that. I don't even know. So anyway, jack 2-2. We'll just check it here, of course. Now I get a king, so if he checks me, I definitely can just bet it. And just bet 75 cents. As if it was an open raise. It's 10-9 off. We're definitely going to fold that guy up. And now we did officially lose this guy here. So, I mean, this at least opens up opportunity for some other guys to pop in. And maybe they'll be rec players. Hopefully. Fold that. But again, I'll reassess at 25 hands. We'll see what's going on. I think 25 hands could be a good barometer to figure out what type of players we have at the table. Even if I got some players at 35 or higher, you know, I could live with that. But it's got to be like over 30. Really 35 or higher is what I'm looking for, at least. If I can get 40, great. But 35 or higher, definitely. If there's nobody at the table that can, you know, it's going to be juicy enough, then there's no reason to be playing at that table, of course, because we're just going to be swap and spit. No, everybody's going to be folding. It's just not going to be a lot of action. And at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for. Right. And open raise there. Definitely going to fold it. That's 7-9 can be a fold. Here we get ace king. We have no small blind. And don't even have to play it. But I don't really get anything out of it because there was no small blind. So this A7 here, definitely going to raise it up if it's folded to me. If not, I'm just going to fold it. So in that spot there, I'm actually going to raise it up $1. See if we could isolate him and play him heads up. We did lose a wreck play over here now, so we just got this guy who's wreckish, kind of wreckish. He's a 36-0. Four-handed here. This guy calls, which is kind of a bummer. He's a 14-7. Not really what I was looking for here. And with the flop not being so good, and this guy so far has not folded to a C-bet, we're just going to check it. And this Jack-7 here I could definitely fold. And again, just nothing happening here. This guy doesn't really have turn aggression, so I'm not too worried about him betting on the turn if he has nothing. And he could definitely easily have a king, of course, and bet me here, and then I'll just easily fold it. 7-4 here, I'm going to definitely fold. And now I hit the top pair here. So I'd have a measly old 7. I gotta assume he probably has a 7 in this, an ace in his range. So I'm just gonna check call it. We'll see what kind of bet he puts out there. Of course, he just checks it, and we take it down. I don't really see your point in betting there because he could easily have a better ace than me. And this queen 5 here will definitely fold. And this king 9 here. This is a good sign here. We got this guy here, $7.25. So definitely potential wreck player there, which is good to see. And this king 9 will definitely just check it. Don't really hit anything, so we could just fold to this bet right here. Top up. That's 9-6. We'll definitely fold that up. So we got two new guys seated here. Hopefully they like to gamble. We'll see. Played 27 hands now. This guy's new to the table. He's played 50% of his hands, so we'll keep an eye on that. So we won't leave this table yet. This spot here I'm definitely going to fold. I could reassess again at 30. I'll say reassess again here at 35 hands. Well, he's sitting out, so this guy's like at the table. He's not at the table, but this guy here is, we gotta take a look at him too. So may not have to leave this table just yet. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna say at 40 hands we'll reassess. 40 hands we'll reassess. If there's no rec players at this table at 40 hands, we'll definitely get off. But now it's kind of changed. Of course, this guy's a short stack. He may be gone for all we know pretty soon before we even have the opportunity to know much more about him. This guy's sitting out, kind of useless. He's going to be sitting in, sitting out, sitting in, sitting out. Always move him to take down the pawn. Now this guy's actually left. Here we go. This guy takes on the pot, which is nice. I want to see him get some money. So he wants to play. Not that we're going to be getting paid much off of him, but definitely going to raise up the ace-10 here from the cutoff. I'll watch out for potential isolation here. Obviously, I can't call with ace-10 if he does decide to 3-bet, which he's 3-bet 2 out of 12 times so far. And of course, I'm definitely going to be folding the 5-6 offsuit. All right, we do get a call from this guy, which is great. Um, he's only folded C bets once, but let's just take a stab at it now. We'll do $1.05. I think is good enough. He does call, which is interesting. So now I'm definitely just going to check it here. I don't know, what exactly he must have called it, but maybe he's got a queen. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what he could have. Hit the 10 here. Definitely just going to pot it and see if we just take it with a 10. He folds it up. I didn't really believe he had a queen there. So the spot here, out of position versus the cutoff. Nah, not to that particular bet. Definitely not to that bet. This here, I'm gonna king 10 position. Got this fishy player here, so actually, I am gonna raise it up. See if I can get this guy in the blinds to call. Is my goal, and get these two guys to fold. Well, this guy did limp, so that's good too. All right, get middle pair, back to a flush draw. Kind of interested. He bets into me here. That's kind of I don't love that. I don't love the donk bet with an ace being out there. So this is probably a good spot to fold in here. I don't want to fold. I don't want to fold so easy though. So I'm just going to call it here and see if he checks it off to me here. If he goes all in, then we'll just fold. Now he checks. I'm just going to incline, just put them all in, see what happens. He folds it. So he was just taking a stab at the pot, and kind of glad I decided to do that bet there. There was something about that bet, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't want to fold either. I just don't want to be somebody who's just going to automatically fold, especially in a spot I do have a pair, so it's not like, my hand is completely blocked. Can't just bank on the fact he has an ace. That's a little silly. This spot here, I'm definitely going to fold. Just assuming he has an ace just because he happened to bet into me is kind of ridiculous. In fact, he may have had a 10. He could have easily had 10. I made him fold it. He could have thought I had the ace. So, there you go. And he's a rec player, so, he could be definitely thinking things like that. This king, queen, definitely going to raise this up. Unfortunately, only has $1.78 left. No other rec players sitting at this table. This guy we have here. And this here, I'm definitely going to fold this. Okay, so this is a good spot here. This guy's not really folded to. This guy is really not folded yet to c-bets. So this is still kind of a crazy dry board. But given the time I've taken on this here, I'm actually just going to check it here. Spot here, definitely to fold. So I think now he's pretty much given up. I could definitely just bet this here and take it down. Now here I'm four-handed. We got no rec players here at the table. But we have a new guy just sat down. We'll see what he has to do. We'll see how he plays. This here I'm definitely going to fold. Definitely much less rec players here than at NL10, to be expected, of course. But we're still going to find them. We're still going to find them. We'll search them out. They're not going to come to us. We're going to have to search them out, and it means leaving tables. We'll have to leave tables, load up a new one, and see what we get. Unfortunately, that's really the only way we can do it because, you can't table select on ignition. But, we just exit out of tables and go to new tables and see what we have. If we don't like it, we can get out and go find another one. There's plenty of tables. Plenty of people playing on ignition. They just keep exiting out of tables and go find new tables. Nothing wrong with that. That's how you table select here at ignition. When your table is really not good, get out, find a new one. At this table, we still have this guy up here. That's a bit at this table. And not that we can't beat regs, of course. We can beat regs, but we're not going to make a lot of money off of regs, of course, like we would the reg players. Like this guy up here is a 38-0. We can make money off him. This Jack Knight here will be a check fold. This 3-7, of course, is going to be a check fold. We get middle pair. He just basically min bets me here, so we definitely just call it. No reason not to. And this here I can definitely fold. And I'm definitely just going to bet him here, and I expect to take it down. He calls it, which is kind of a shocker. So now we'll just check it here, and hopefully he doesn't have a 9 or something. He had 2. That kind of stinks that he hit that on the river. Good for him. Proud of you. Had him until that. Had him until the river. So we'll definitely fold that. And this king 6 here, definitely going to fold this. I feel like I've been newly seated for like an hour. He hasn't played. This guy's at 38 now. It's interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. This king 3 is a fold, of course. Is he going to finally play this guy? Yeah, there you go. 10-6 is a fold. This guy's at 38 now. We'll keep an eye on it. In order to see limp 2. This ace-10, definitely just going to raise it or call it, regardless of if somebody raises it before me. All right, definitely now raise it myself. And hopefully nobody calls except for this guy. We had a guy up there who was definitely a fishy player, but he backed out. This ace-5 here, definitely going to raise that up. And we get 3-bet from this guy. He's 3-bet 2 out of 13 times so far. Interesting spot here. He's a 30-23. It's a min 3-bet though, so I'm just gonna call it. I'm gonna be in position on him. This here I'm definitely going to throw out a c-bet. And this board here is pretty bad for me here. King 6-7, all hearts. So definitely a spot that I'm just gonna fold this up. He called that bet, which is quite interesting. Definitely just going to throw in another bet to him. And this here I'll fold. He calls it. And now I'm just going to check behind here. And he flips 10-6, so we have a better 10. We take it down. This ace-10 will definitely fold that at 8-10. This guy's playing 40% of his hands. It's a good sign. Possibly stick around his table, plus he's sitting in the right seat too. And you can see why it's important, why I'm looking for these types of players. Most of my hands here at this table, I've been playing versus this guy up here. This big blind 10-5. Definitely just going to check fold it. Ace king, of course, we will definitely raise that from under the gun. Call any 3-bet. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to go multi-way. Not what we wanted, and a freaking terrible flop there for that. So, we'll just have to check around, of course, and probably not going to call any bet. Unfortunately, not how we wanted this hand to go. We can easily fold out of our ace king in this spot. I'll get a shove from the rec player. Interesting spot here. Jack 3 is going to be fold, of course. Calls it. All right. Had a straight. Interesting call. Two sevens a fold. I'll be checking that 3-6. We got a flush, but it's like just terrible. Fold this. This is an easy fold, any bet, you know. You know, this guy, 75-cent bet is so weak, but, you know, it's like any heart pretty much beats me except for a 2. So I'm actually going to fold this here. This is not a great hand, unfortunately. So we'll definitely fold it up. I don't care if I had the flush there. This here, definitely the fold. And this Jack 4, definitely going to fold that. So this player definitely here is great for me. He's a 59-0 through 17 hands, so we'll be definitely staying at this table. Nine nine. I'll definitely be raising it or calling, hoping to get that set. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. 10 5. Raise it up to $1. This king three definitely gonna fold. See if we get a call out of him is what we want. And he does. And I like this board. Definitely a spot that I have no problem throwing out a c-bet here. Even though he doesn't really fold one, but he does there, so there you go. Take it down. Kind of surprised he folded there. He usually doesn't. Guess he really hated that board. This Jack 8 definitely be folding that up. Good news is he has a nice stack now, so he'll be sticking around for a while, I think. This guy's got a nice stack too, which is great. Sitting right next to us. We'll wait patiently to get a hand to play versus him. This will not be it. Ace 2, going to fold that up. So we got one player at each table that we can target. Perfect. That's all we need, just one player. Queen 6 here, definitely going to fold that up. And definitely fold this 10-7. Alright, 8-6 here if he... No, I was just going to say, I'm definitely going to raise it up here. Get a 3-bet, unfortunately, in this spot here. This guy is only 3-bet 2 out of 15 times with 47 hands. Pretty, it's just obviously I'm going to be out of position, so there's really no reason to call this here. Especially since I'm going to be out of position, there's no reason to call that bet. Unfortunately, we lost the whale here. That's not good. He was the target at the table. He's gone, unfortunately. We get 10-2 versus this guy here. No reason to bet. We'll just check it off. And still, nothing really much to do in here. So, I mean, I do have no. Yeah, I got a straight draw. And a flush draw, of course. I actually do hit the straight. This here definitely is going to raise that up. And this here we can bet pot and just see if he calls it. He doesn't. So this table here I'm actually going to get off of. I'm going to sit at the next big blind. Nobody's here. I'm not going to wait for this guy in the assess. I'm going to just find a new table. So this here I'm definitely going to call. I was not the preflop caller here. I did not hit a set, so I'm just going to check through, out of position. And this 8-7 offsuit here from the button, definitely going to raise this up. And again, just nothing happening here with no set, so I'll just check through. fold any bet. You know, it is possible that I'm actually winning this hand right now. Um, it is very possible I'm winning this hand right now, so I may actually call a bet here. Let's see. Nope, nine. There was a nine here. Interesting he chose not to bet. I mean, it was clear nobody else really had anything. So let me get off of this table here and go find a new one. Definitely going to raise this up to $1 if this guy folds. This guy's played 5% of his hands since he started playing, so really super nit. I messed up on this one. Meant to bet $1. And that gave him the option. That gave him the opportunity ISO raise, unfortunately. So I kind of screwed up on that one. Meant to bet $1. Luckily, the flop didn't come out too good anyway. This Jack 6 will fold that up. This 6-8, definitely going to fold that up here in this new table for us. I guess we didn't get our top up in time. 7-7 will definitely just be calling here or raising it, of course. All right, definitely just going to throw a c-bet his way. Super dry board. And this is definitely to fold. Get a pretty big raise here from him. I don't see any reason for me to call my sevens when that raise, so we'll just fold this up here. Let's give it a little bit. Give it a little bit of thinking time, just to make him think a little bit. Make him think that I'm thinking. I'll definitely fold it up. I can fold this. And it's 10-6, of course I'm going to fold. All right, ace 3 here, I'm going to fold that up. And definitely going to be folding up to ace 6 here. And definitely the king 3 as well. Not much doing yet at this table here. It's like a pretty tight table so far. Here we have no small blind. I'm definitely going to be calling this bet. I could isolate it, but I actually can 3-bet this here. This spot here, I'm going to 3-bet as well. Up to about 3. We get a call. Definitely interesting spot here. Here I get 4-bet. Not a spot I'm definitely going to bet in here. I'm just going to fold this up. This spot here, definitely going to raise this up. Actually going to check it through. I took so much time to think on this here. That's definitely a spot I'm going to bet. And take it down. That was a no-brainer spot there. This ace-10, I'm definitely going to raise it up. And now I fold it in the small blind. And this king-8 here, I definitely will raise this up. Nope, not anymore. So I got some rec players here at this table. This guy over here and this guy over here, kind of looking that way. For the most part. 14 hands, he's a 42-25. 14 hands is a 36-29. He's kind of loose, playing, but playing a pretty large range. This, of course, we're going to be folding that up. And this king 3 is going to be a fold. This 3-7 will end up folding here. This guy's been folding a lot to steals, but obviously not going to be looking to do that now with this guy being in here. No, we're just playing a 7-3. There's king six here versus these regs here. Everybody's kind of reggish now. They were fishy, now they're reggish. We'll fold it. And of course here I'm definitely going to raise this up. So it looked like we had rec players here, but actually we don't have any rec players here. Everybody came back down to earth rather quickly. At least he folded and showed me a 6-5. That was going to fold that. So far tonight, really not running into many bad players at all. Pretty tight. Queen 3 here suited. I'm going to raise it up first and if it folds to me. He's folding a bunch to stuff, so definitely. With it being suited, no problem with it. This ace jack off from under the gun is going to be a fold for me here. And now we're four-handed, but as long as we still have this guy up here, that's the key. And definitely going to raise this up. And he calls it. And with the ace, you know what? I'm actually going to definitely raise this up here. And this here I'm definitely going to fold. He calls it. And once he checks here, I'm just going to check behind actually. And I do get a straight. So definitely no reason not to bet it. I'm not going to bet pot. Doesn't seem like he's really calling that kind of stuff. So let's bet 245 here. There was a flush out there too. Let's see if I can fold this. And he folds it. This would be a tough one to get there with the straight and flush out there. The second fold. This table, it's really just nothing happening here at this table. Seems pretty reggish. So I think we're going to get off of this next big blind, find another table. I mean, you notice this is the only player that we're playing against at this table. Granted, this table I have not had anything. I've played 7% of my hands, which is what, two. I played 2 hands in 30, so I haven't had much of anything. Now this 9-7 suited, I can raise it up from the button if given the opportunity. And then we have 4-handed here, and now I can definitely raise this up. We'll play the king 4. And that's good. I do get the king here. It's a pretty dry board. He doesn't really bet when check to though, so we'll just bet him here and see what he does. Bet him half pot. He calls it. See if we can get with second best hand here. He folds it this time. Like he'll always call that first bet, this guy. Pretty much always. But he'll fold a lot. His turn aggression is terrible. It's 3%. He's not really folding on the turn. If he folds here, I'm definitely going to bet with 10-7. It's not a terrible hand to raise with here from the small blind. But once he raises here, of course, I can fold that. This jack 6 here, definitely going to fold that. And the queen 8 I will definitely raise here from the button. As usual, he calls me. Top pair, so we'll definitely be betting into him. And I'm definitely just going to bet pretty big here. I'll grab another table in a minute, see what happens here. He's thinking about it, he's like, got such a big bet, you know. And he's sitting out, and that's not good because that means he disconnected. And if he's leaving his table kind of sucks. So he's got to come back. Yeah, great, he's back. And this queen 4 definitely going to fold that. Let me go find another table. C6 definitely fold this. Ace king. We'll really see what kind of plays we have at the table. I don't know if we'll really see, but at least we have a good hand. We didn't get to play it, unfortunately. Obviously, we'll be raising the 6s here. And we get kings. I think we might have officially lost him, unfortunately, if we did. You know, this table is no reason to be at this table at all. Nobody's paying us at this table. If he's out, we're definitely out too. Obviously, we'll be 3-betting our kings here. Assume we even get that opportunity. Yeah, we do. So 0.75 times 3 is what? 225. Of course, we're going to fold. And we'll take it down. King Queen's obviously a raise here. I get a pretty big 3-bet here. Um, Obviously, I know nothing about this player, but I'm actually going to call it in position. King Queen offsuit. This may seem a little risky, but in position, I'm going to call it. Get top pair, which is nice. So unless he has aces or kings, see what he does here. He bets into me pretty big. Could he have aces or kings? Absolutely. So I'm actually going to raise him in a spot here. Just give some aggression his way. If he calls it, then, we know we might be in trouble. The fact that he's thinking so hard just makes it real interesting. And he folded up. I think we played that one well. And this here I can definitely fold. And just fight aggression with aggression. This guy's still here. Good. I assume this is the same guy. I hope it is. We'll find out quickly if I might have missed something that the guy changed. This is of course we're going to fold. So that's one way to get the regs, is just fight aggression with aggression. This ace-9 here definitely is going to fold that up. So I hope this is the same guy. I wasn't looking to see if he dropped out and a new guy came in. This table so far is pretty dry, though. We'll wait for another 20 minutes. And King 5 definitely going to fold that up. Ooh. Now we officially definitely lost our guy. Painful one for him. So now we'll definitely be sitting out the next big blind here. Be done with this table. Since he was why we were here. Here we got nothing at this table really either. Definitely a lot less rec players to be found here in NL25, but we'll make do and we'll keep trying to find them. And in the meantime, while we don't have them, we'll just, play our game versus the regs, and that's fine. But we're going to keep searching. We're going to keep searching for those rec players. We are on a mission to find them all. And we will find them. 9-9, definitely going to raise this up here. Be out of position, but with the nines, you know. For the most part, we're looking for one thing anyway. And this guy's pretty easy to play post flop. We're not going to see bet to him, and we're not going to, and we'll just check to him. So, if we don't hit our nines, so let's see how it plays out. And we don't hit the nines here, so this is definitely an easy spot to check. He doesn't, you know, if he bets, then we know we hit the board somehow. And there's ace-5. A5 definitely going to fold this up. It's pretty straightforward. This guy plays pretty straightforward. He bets here. No reason to continue. So we'll fold out of it. And this table is, we're done here. So you can find the table. This table so far is kind of meh. Also, not much happening. No rec players here. Well, we got this guy sitting here at $15 and change, which is, but you know, he's a 21-14. He's not really going to pay us. So let's wait and see what's happening here. You got all in this spot. 15 more minutes. Let's grab another table. I'm playing for another 15 more minutes. This quest 10 fold and fold that up. And then we'll see how we fared for our first session of NL25. I mean, we didn't have any big spots at all, losing or winning. So, be interesting to see how this session went. Ace-9 definitely gonna raise this up here from the small blind if it gets folded to me. Doesn't, so we'll definitely fold this up. And 7-4. That's 9-6 gonna fold. So you got two guys here who are not topped off, which is good to see. It's a positive. Get a limper here. So these guys look like rec players to me. This is 10-9 here. Actually, it's quite interesting. Because it's offsuit, I'm just going to check it here. This 8-6 here. I make it actually $1.25. So what do we have here so far? This guy's going to fold. This paired board is an interesting spot here. I'm going to check it out of position. I hate to slow play, but I don't have any read on this guy. This guy min bets me here like this. This spot here definitely is going to throw out a C bet. I hate to give him such a cheap. I'm gonna have to just raise it, unfortunately. Hopefully he calls it. I hate to give him such a cheap shot at a flush. I get raised here, which is very interesting. He could have a set. He could have a better ace. I'm gonna be out of position here too. So I'm gonna call it. I just don't feel right folding this hand at this point. Even though he could easily have a set of nines, but he's a rec type player too. Could have a nine, could have a worse ace, possibly. Let's check it. Let's see what he does. Now he checks it here, which is really interesting. So ace jack king. I mean, was he doing that with a 9, 10? I don't think so. So let's see. Let's check it. See what he does. I actually take that down, huh? Interesting. Okay. This here I'm gonna raise. I don't know what the hell he had that he raised me on, but one thing I'm definitely noticing so far at NL25, people are not honest with their raises at all. This here, of course, I'm gonna fold. People are not honest with their. People are bluff raising a lot. It seems. That I've definitely noticed so far. Definitely a lot of bluff raising, which may not be the worst thing for me, of course, if they're going to do it when I have something. So I'm glad I didn't fold that hand. Also, the fact that he was short stacked kind of just says to me, kind of a wreckish player. So could be doing something reckless there, reckless for the wreckish. Obviously, we'll just check this here. Get eights. Nothing really doing there. King Jack offsuit for none to the guns. Definitely be a fold. Actually, it was middle position, but all right. I didn't realize this guy wasn't in. No harm, no foul there. All right, definitely no problem playing King 10. This guy's 80%. So, top pair, backdoor flush draw. Interesting spot here. I'm gonna bet this here. I mean, I don't think he has a flush. So, I mean, the chances of having a flush are so slim. But let's just check it off here. I can definitely still call it. And if he bets really big, then so be it. $1.70. I also don't have a great king also, but it was a check, you know. I'm going to fold it. Here I get top pair. Definitely a spot. I can definitely just bet here. No reason not to. And I'm still not scared of this hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The top pair. You know, so let's go a little bit bigger now. Let me fold it up. This guy's a good rec player, so 62%, pretty good for me. Queen 8, bump it up to $1. This ace jack here, offsuit. Playing multi-way here. I could isolate this guy here. Yeah, let's do that. Dollar bet here. I don't really have anything happening, so let's fold this up. Unfortunately, with this guy doing what he does here, 29 nothing, we're definitely going to be getting out of this. And this here definitely going to raise that up. Interesting spot here. So this guy's folding the C bets most of the time anyway. This is an interesting board. If he bets into me, of course I'm going to fold it. But I'm definitely going to C bet it here if he checks to me, and he does. So I don't have to C bet it too big. $1.05 is good enough. He calls it. You know, I do have an open and a straight draw now, which is great. So if he checks it to me, I'm going to check. I'm going to check back and just see if I can get a free card. Get that open ended. Get that straight. And we do. There's a flush out there, unfortunately. It's the only negative part about it. He bets $5 into it. Not a crazy bet for me to call, actually. So let's just call it. And we'll see if we take it down. And he had 3 and an 8. Okay. So the rec players, even at NL25, are still bad. And that's good. That they're still bad. And we'll check this here. Same game. We just got to find these guys. That's the key. Continue to find these guys. Like this guy's playing 90% of his hands. Let's see. We'll definitely just check this, of course. Let's see. We'll fold. I really don't like to fold to that bet, even with, you know, nothing. It doesn't really matter. I'm not folding to that bet. Now, obviously, I'll fold to whatever. But it's like, oh, he has a pair of 4s, whatever, but I don't have anything here, so I'll just fold it. Where am I in the big blind? It's a pretty hefty bet here from this guy. Ace-7 suited. This limper coming along too. I'm going to fold this up. It's a pretty big bet. Fold this. Kind of an odd bet. This table's pretty good. I don't think I can stop playing yet. I can't stop playing versus these guys. How am I supposed to do that? I got guys here at 83 and a 67 so far. How can I stop playing? And a 69 over here. These is why we're playing these tables for these types of players. So, but bump it up $1 here. And he does call it, and I get 3 5s. Very nice. Definitely just gonna bet pretty big here. The flush being out there potentially, so take that down. This 9-8 I can definitely fold. And this Ace-2 fold here. That's an interesting spot. Yeah. Queen 10 suited. I'm actually going to fold it up. I'll see what I can really do with it there. This year, of course, I'm going to fold. Not first thing I'm going to open versus a guy who is a 14-0. Don't really see the point there. And this 2 definitely going to raise that up. And this guy can definitely fold. This 3-bet here is an easy fold for the 2s. Even if it's versus this guy, we're not screwing around because we only get a set of 2s, and We'd be folding anyway, so why waste all that money? As much as I want to play versus him, good for you. As much as I want to play versus him, not in that spot. Pretty obvious he had something. Of course, we'll just check through. King Jack offsuit. Nothing too exciting here. Of course, this King 3 we're gonna fold. All right. I said I'm gonna play 2 hours, so I'll stick to it, even with the fishy players at the table. I'll stick to it because I got stuff I gotta do anyway. So we'll set next big blind, both tables. And I'll see how I did on my first day of NL25 at Ignition. Definitely a lot of table jumping around. Definitely had to do that because, you know, these fishy players come and go, and then the table is too tight, and I'm not going to play at these tables when they're too tight, of course. I'll be leaving these tables with some fishy type players, but, you know, we'll find more next time we play. I'm always going to be looking for them, searching far and wide. So, not too worried about it. But overall, happy to see, you know, learned a couple things here. That players definitely will bluff more. Especially when they're raises, flop raises especially. You know, obviously somebody's going to raise on a turn. I'm not going to ever call it, ever. But flop raises, I think we don't have to take those as seriously. Let's hope we hit a set here. No set. So once we finish up this table, then we'll check the results for tonight. Oh, I mean, overall though, I mean, regardless of the results, I feel like I played very well for my first night at NL10. I mean, NL25 here at Ignition. I won't play NL25 at BetOnline. In fact, I'm probably going to have to withdraw my money from BetOnline now, unless I just keep it on there to play tournaments, which I want to do once in a while. And that might be what I do. Is I might just leave money on BetOnline for tournaments, because I will not play NL25. Definitely will not play NL25 at on BetOnline because it's so bot infested over there. I will not bother. But I can leave my money on there for tournaments, which I think I will do actually. Play some multi-table tournaments here and there. All right, let's see how we did. Break up the spreadsheet here. Bankroll tracker. Our first NL25 action. Let me break out drive HUD. Let's see how we did. What's today's date? Today is 12/12. I did not play yesterday. No filters on, right? Alright, let's see. Drum roll. Oh, not bad at all. All right, so I'm pretty happy about this actually. 293 hands, and we finished up $17.13. Huh? I didn't even realize that. I didn't even think we finished up that big. So that's great. Uh, that was 23.39 big blinds per 100. Great. Honestly, I didn't even think we finished up that great. I had a feeling we finished it up, but not that well. So hey, that's great. Good, good. It's not a total buy-in, but it's pretty darn close actually. Pretty darn close. So pretty happy about that. What does that bring my bankroll now? 268.64. So that brings my bankroll to 351, and that puts me at 14 buy-ins for NL25. So once I officially get to 15 buy-ins, I'm going to feel pretty good about it. And then, of course, so now that becomes really now a 14 buy-in shot, since we are now up to 14 buy-ins. I mean, a 4 buy-in shot. And once I get to 15, then I'll be working to get towards 20. And once I get towards 20, then I will expand to 3 tables. But hey, good job. And thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. I know it probably wasn't the most exciting video, but I did want to put my whole entire first NL25 session in here because, I'm still reading. I'm still reading some books to help improve my game, and I know there are going to be things that are going to help me in these games, especially versus regs, which as you can see, we're going to be playing a lot more regs in these games. And I want to go back to this video then as I progress through NL25 and just kind of catch some of my leaks. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Thank you.